Good morning, my dear student. So today in this session we are going to learn the seventh problem on the Soderberg equation. So I will read the question. A 50 mm diameter shaft is made from carbon steel. This shaft is made of carbon steel. It having the ultimate tensile strength of the material is 630 megapascal. It is subjected to a torque which fluctuates between 2000 Newton meter to minus 800 Newton meter. Here, using Soderberg method, we need to calculate the factor of safety. Here, in this case, we need to assume the suitable value for any other data needed. Is it right? So, first thing is, I will solve the problem. A 50 mm diameter shaft is made of carbon steel. The first thing is, I will draw the shaft. This shaft is made of carbon steel. Is it right? The diameter of the shaft is 50 mm. D equal to 50 mm. Okay, dear. And the ultimate tensile strength of the carbon steel material is, how much is given here? 630 megapascal. Here the ultimate strength of the material is, given as 630 megapascal. Okay, it is subjected to a torque. So on this shaft, the torque is, we are applying the twisting force, we applying on the shaft, which fluctuate. This torque is fluctuate in between the from 2000 Newton to minus 800 Newton. So this mean that it will be fluctuate from 2000 Newton, means 2000 Newton is in sign in positive. The positive means the shaft is rotated in the clockwise direction. Then we can represent here the T max equal to 2000 Newton meter. And another torque is fluctuate in between minus 800 Newton meter. So this means that it will be rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. Is it right? Then T minimum, how much is given here? Minus 800 Newton meter. So with the help of Soderberg method, we need to find out the value of factor of safety. Is it right? The first thing is, I will draw the given data. Okay, the diameter of the shaft D equal to 50 mm. Okay, and the ultimate strength of the material is 630 megapascal. We know very well 1 megapascal should be equal to 1 Newton per millimeter square. Then we can represent here 630, 1 megapascal. We need to represent the value of Newton millimeter square. That is the value of sigma u. Okay, dear. And it is subjected to a torque which fluctuates between. So here the maximum torque, how much is given here? 2000 Newton meter and the minimum torque is minus 800 Newton meter. But the values in Newton meter will be there. But our intention is we want to convert in mm. Is it right? So for that reason I am representing here T max. Maximum torque is acting on the shaft should be equal to 2000 Newton meter. So 2000 as it is. So if you want to convert in millimeter means it should be 10 power of 3 Newton millimeter. That is the value of maximum torque. And the minimum torque we can represent as T minimum equal to minus 800 Newton meter. Same as it is, we can represent as 10 power of 3 Newton millimeter. Okay, then actually in this case the first thing is we need to find out the mean torque, as well as we need to find out the variable torque. After that we need to find out the mean stress, and after that we need to find out the variable stress we need to find out. Is it right? So I will solve one by one. The first thing is we need to find out the mean torque we need to find out. Okay, or sometime mean torque, or we can say as average torque. Mean torque, or sometime we can say as average torque. We know the formula of mean torque is Tm should be equal to mean nothing but the maximum torque plus minimum torque by 2. Here the maximum torque value is 2000 into 10 power of 3 plus the minimum torque is minus 800 into 10 power of 3 by 2. Is it right? Then 2000 into 10 power of 3 plus into minus 800 into 10 power of 3 by 2. Then if you divide, then you will get the answer is 600 into 10 power of 3 Newton millimeter. Is it right? And then again the next step, what we need to find out? We need to find out the variable torque we need to find out. Okay. Variable torque we need to find out. You know very well, if you want to find out the variable torque, then you need to use the formula is TV equal to maximum torque minus minimum torque by 2, then you will get the value of variable torque. How to remember? TV variable torque should be equal to maximum torque minus here T minimum by 2. Here the maximum torque, how much is given here? Maximum torque is given as 2000 into 10 power of 3 minus minimum torque is how much is given? 800 into 10 power of 3 by 2. Then minus into minus should be plus. If you add this value again divided by 2, then you will get the value of 1400 into 10 power of 3. TV equal to 1400 into 10 power of 3 Newton millimeter. That is the value of variable torque. Okay dear, again we got the value of mean torque, variable torque, but what we need to find out? We need to find out the mean shear stress we need to find out. as well as variable shear stress we need to find out. Is it right? If you want to find out mean shear stress, if you want to find out the mean shear stress, which formula we have to use here? Just I told you Tm is equal to pi d cube by 16 into shear stress. Is it right? Tm means mean torque is equal to pi d cube by 16 into mean shear stress. Okay, actually what is the mean to find out? We need to find out the mean shear stress we need to find out. So the mean torque formula is pi d cube by 16 into mean shear stress. Okay, then Tm we know very well. Tm we got it how much? 600 into 10 power of 3. Is it right? Pi is a constant value. D is already given how much? 50 mm by 16 into, then if you multiply this term, then you will get the value of mean shear stress value. Okay, I will put the value here. Mean torque value is 600 into 10 power of 3 equal to pi. D is how much? Diameter of the shaft is 50 cube by 16 into mean torque. Multiply this term 600 into 10 power of 3 by 16 into pi 50 whole cube equal to mean shear stress. Tau m. If you calculate with the help of calci, then you will get the value of 24.4. Just you check it. 24.4. 24.4 Newton per millimeter square. That is the value of mean shear stress. We got it. After that, what we need to find out? We need to find out the variable shear stress we need to find out. Is it right? If you want to find out the variable shear stress, okay, variable shear stress we need to find out. How to use the formula? The same formula we need to implement here. Here TV equal to pi d cube by 16 into tau v. Is it right? Then we can easily get the value of tau v value. Tau v is nothing but variable shear stress value. Let us see over here. Instead of Tm, we can represent here Tv, because we are talking about variable shear stress, equal to here the small mistake here, just you need to cross multiply this term 600 into 10 power 3 into 16, okay dear, and divided by 5 into 50 cube equal to tau m. Is it right? If you divide this term, then you will get the answer is 24.4 Newton per millimeter square. You will get the answer. And then here we need to find out the variable shear stress we need to find out in this case. Then we have to use the same formula here. Instead of Tm, we need to represent the Tv. Pi d cube 16 as it is, we have to use pi d cube by 16 into tau v. Is it right? Tv, already we find out the variable torque. How much? 1400 into 10 power of 3. Then we can represent here 1400 into 10 power of 3 equal to pi d cube. D is 50 cube by 16 into tau v. If you multiply this term 1400 into 10 power of 3 multiply by here 16 by pi 50 whole cube equal to tau v. If you divide this 1400 into 10 power of 3 into 16 divided by pi 50 cube, then you will get the answer of, so I am getting the answer is 57. Okay, tau v I am getting here, I am representing here, tau v equal to 57 Newton per millimeter square. That is the value of variable shear stress. Is it right? And in this case, we need to consider the suitable data from our side. Is it right? The first thing is, we know very well the endurance stress should be equal to half of the ultimate strength. Then we can represent here, I am considering this data, sigma E should be equal to half of the ultimate strength. Okay dear, already we have studied in the last problem, 1 by 2 nothing but 0.5 sigma U. We can represent endurance stress equal to 0.5 sigma U. Is it right? Then if you want to find out the endurance limit in the shear stress, if you want to find out, we need to consider as tau is equal to 0.55 into sigma E. Okay, let us see over here. I am taking here the endurance limit in the shear stress, the endurance limit in the shear stress which formula we are using here? Tau E. Endurance limit in the shear stress should be equal to 0.55 sigma E. Is it right? Let's see over here, 0.55 as it is, and sigma E value how much is there? Endurance limit should be equal to half of the ultimate strength. Is it right? So instead of sigma E, we can take the value of 0.5 sigma U. We can put here, we can substitute here 0.5 sigma U. So if you multiply 0.55 into 0.5, then you will get the value of 0.275 of sigma U. That is the value of tau E. Is it right? Tau is nothing but endurance limit in the shear stress. Endurance limit in the shear stress. Is it right? Tau E, how much we got it here? 0.275 sigma U we got it. Is it right? Then sigma U, we have the ultimate strength of this material. How much is given here? 630 megapascal. Tau E equal to 0.275 ultimate strength of the material. How much is given in the question? 630 megapascal is given. Is it right? We can multiply here 630. If you multiply this term 0.275 into 630, then you will get the answer is 173.25 Newton per millimeter square. That is the value of endurance limit in the shear stress. We got it. Okay dear, again, so here in this case, because which material we are using? We are using the carbon steel. If you are using the carbon steel, then stress concentration factor we have to consider as 1. But K size factor we need to consider as 0.85, and K surface finishing factor we need to consider as 0.87. How much we have to consider here? For K of 1 and K size factor is 0.85, and the K surface finishing factor we need to consider as 0.87. For whom? For the steel material. For whom? Carbon steel material. Okay dear? Then I am representing here, assume here Kf stress concentration factor I am considering as 1, okay, and K surface finishing factor or K size factor we are considering as 0.85, we are assuming, and K surface finishing factor should be equal to how much? 0.87. if the material is which type of the material? If it is carbon steel material is given, if it is carbon steel material is given, then you need to consider this data. Okay dear? Then again what we need to find out? We need to find out the yield stress in this shear. We need to find out. Yield stress in shear, it is represented by tau y. Okay, then tau y should be equal to 0.5 into sigma y. Yield stress in a shear should be equal to 0.5 of yield stress. Which formula? 0.5 into yield stress. 0.5 keep as it is. Sigma y, here sigma y how much is given here? Sigma y in this case is not given. If it is not given, then you need to consider as 510. How much you want to consider? 510 you need to consider. If you multiply 0.5 into 510, then you will get the value of 255 Newton per millimeter square. That is the value of yield shear stress. Okay dear? Again what we need to find out? Actually in this case what we need to find out? We need to find out the factor of safety, or we need to find out the value of n. We need to find out in this case. Then if you want to find out the value of n, then you need to use the formula of Soderberg equation. Is it right? For the Soderberg equation, which formula we have to use? 1 by n equal to sigma m by which one? Sigma y plus sigma v by sigma e into kf by k size finishing factor into k surface finishing factor. We know very well. Already we draw these derivations also. Is it right? I am using the Soderberg formula here. Soderberg equation. Dear, always remember we are studied about not the stress. We are on the shaft. Which force we are applying here? Torque we are applying. Is it right? Torque nothing but which force is acting? Tangential, or we can say as shear force is acting on the shaft. Which force is acting? Shear force is acting on the shaft. So we have to use the formula. In the last problem we know very well. Here we are representing here sigma m by sigma y plus here, tell me, sigma v by sigma e into kf by k surface finishing factor into k size factor. But in this case, on the shaft we are applying the torque. On the shaft we are applying the torque. Then we need to change the formula here. 1 by n as it is. Instead of sigma, we need to represent as shear stress. Which formula? Shear stress. Tau m by tau y plus tau v by tau e. Is it right? Into kf by k surface finishing factor into k size factor. Okay. Then actually in this case what we need to find out? We need to find out the value of n. We need to find out. Is it right? 1 by n as it is here. Tau m value, how much we got it here? Tau m value 24.4. How much? 24.4. Tau y value how much? 255. How much here? 255. plus tau E, variable stress. How much we got it here? 57. So tau E, how much we got it here? 173.25. 173.25. So we assume stress concentration factor Kf is 1. How much? 1. And K surface finishing factor how much? 0.87. Okay dear? 0.87 into K size factor is 0.85. How much? Okay, done. 1 by n as it is. You need to divide this term. So if you divide 24.4 by 255, then you will get the answer is 0.096 plus 57 into 1, 57 divided by 173.25 into 0.87 into 0.85. If you divide this term, then you will get the value of 0.445. Okay, 0.445. If you add this term 0.096 plus 0.445, then you will get the value of 1 by n equal to 0.541. Is it right? Then again, if it is cross multiply here, okay, then it should be 1 by 0.541 equal to here. If you divide the 1 by 0.541, then you will get the stress concentration factor is 1.85. How much? N equal to 1.85. That is the stress concentration factor of this material is 1.85. If you have any doubt regarding this problem, please write down in the comment box and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.